And the interesting part is that, everybody thinks you can follow clinicaltrials.gov or you can wait for your doctor to call you. I found out about this study that was only accepting 12 patients from across the country on Facebook. I had a friend who posted that she was flying from California to Columbus to screen for a study. Happened to know that her son had the same mutation as mine and was the same age range. And so I messaged her and she said, oh yes, the doctor is pre-screening. The company's not even screening yet. The doctor is pre-screening by invite only. And so I happened to be the same site that Austin had been in, and I called the nurses and I said, you owe me. I want Max screened for the study. And they said, we've already screened our 12. And I said, I don't care, I'll be there on Monday. And we screened him and he failed because he was too fast. He had walked 20 meters faster than he should have in the 6-minute walk test. We got a call back in 3 months. And they said, so the children in the original 12 that got screened, one of them couldn't walk the full 6 minutes when he came back. Let's screen Max again because we know these kids get worse over time. And they said, Max was almost there. Let's see. And in those 3 months, he had lost 25 meters and he got in to the study. So I did not understand clinical trial designs at all. And so at that time point, I had no idea what they meant by Max is too good. I said, great, you'll have better results. He looks great. And I also, the second thing I thought was, gee, I wish they would post these parameters beforehand so I could train him, so I could make him walk slower. But they don't let you walk with your children. So there is absolutely, let me just put this out there in case anybody wants to try training their children to walk a certain amount of meters in 6 minutes. It's impossible. Even really smart kids, because you just can't do it. So let me get that out there because people have tried. I understand now that, having been through the regulatory process, they have to be so particular with their trial guidelines because they only had 12 kids. They had to make them as similar as humanly possible in their disease progression. And interestingly, our trial had a very near miss because the doctor had included a set of identical twins that were really on the cusp of not walking anymore. But he was really interested in seeing what happened with identical twins. And so they were included and they stopped walking before the drug took effect. And so 2 out of 12 kids stopped walking. And so those are the kinds of things where making exceptions, they met the criteria, but barely. They're my good friend's twins, but that was really hard for them, and it was hard for all of us because they were a little bit more progressed than the rest of the group. So we got lucky. We are incredibly lucky. We call those kids the Columbus 12. They were the kids that traveled for 2.5 years. Well, we had to go to Columbus every week for our infusions. So we drove from Vermont to Hartford, Connecticut, flew to Columbus every Tuesday, had infusion on Wednesday, and did the reverse on Thursdays. And I brought the baby with me. Sometimes I brought all the kids with me. But yeah, we took a couple years off of our lives to do it, and we were incredibly lucky.